So when you have those massive crashes, everybody pays attention to the crash, but nobody pays attention to the recovery. Nobody understands how much money gets made from those who buy the dip and just hold their assets, and then the market recovers, and then they make a ton of money. Number two, the long-term average annual return on the S&P 500, including dividends, is about 10% per year, illustrating that staying invested during the dips rewards a lot of patience. So if you have a stock that you love in or a company that you really believe in, and a thesis that tells you this is a great business, then the dips are doing you a favor. When you have great companies like a Costco or a Chipotle or a Walmart or a Coca-Cola, these dips are actually great opportunities to buy good quality companies at a good price, right? So ultimately, the dip is a blessing. Your thesis should not be something that changes once a week. You shouldn't change, just like if you pick a boyfriend or a girlfriend, you shouldn't switch girlfriends every week. You should eventually pick one that you want to stick around with for a while, right? Moving on. Corrections and drawdowns are common. In one study, the S&P 500 had drawdowns of 10% or more in a majority of years, showing that dips are pretty much a normal part of the investment journey. So what that means is that what you're seeing right now is kind of par for the course. Happens a lot. This is part of it, and so this is why we created the first ever Black Financial Therapy department in the Black Business School, because I said to my wife, I said, we need therapy. We need financial therapy. We need to know how to deal with all of this trauma that we have, this undiagnosed, untreated trauma, so that when you see your stocks drop, you don't have a catastrophic response. That's one thing traumatized people like me. That's what we tend to do. And I had to work through that. I had to really process that. It's like sometimes you get so upset about what's happening in the moment that you just say, "Oh, it's over. I can't do this anymore." And so you'll leave a relationship, you'll cut off a business deal, you'll quit your job out of the heat of anger, or maybe you'll sell your portfolio because you're so scared of losing money. And so these trauma responses have no place in investing. You want to find a way to kind of woosah your way through the nonsense, and whatever your coping mechanism is, that's what it's going to be. Mine actually is I'll just look away sometimes. If I don't want to see it, I'll just be like, I don't even want to look. Hey, if I look, it's so I can go in and buy something cheap. But for the most part, if it's that bad, sometimes I'm like, oof. Or like actually just a personal story. This is I don't know if I'm too personal, but I'll share it anyway. Um, and I was an 18-year veteran of the child support system, and I paid 18 years of child support. I paid every penny that I owed, every single penny. And when I got my job at Syracuse, my child support got really high. It was higher than I thought it would be. It should be. It was child support is kind of a tough process, because you have no say in where the money goes. I don't have a problem paying for my kids. I even pay for other people's kids, so that's not the issue. It's more so sort of taxation without representation. It kind of felt that way. And anyway, but I just did what I had to do. That's what the law told me to do, and it's what you're supposed to do as a father.